Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Newsroom. I'm your host, Khalid Butt. Today is Friday, it's the end of the week, and of course, the month of November is also passing by very quickly. But we've got lots to discuss with you. On the forefront of our discussion today is, of course, Palestine, where 11,500 Palestinians have been martyred, have been butchered since the 7th of October. Now, 42 days have passed since this whole incursion by Israel into Palestinian territories began into Gaza, and now, as per the latest reports, they are searching in every single room of the Al-Shifa hospital. Not only is our hospitals an unsafe place for people, but they're also unsafe now for the patients, whether they be women, children, or the elderly. The United Nations has also warned of a massive food gap in Gaza through the World Food Programme. Israel has also hit the Jabalia refugee camp, in which 18 people have been killed. But Joe Biden, of course, defends the refusal to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. The resolution that has been passed by the United Nations Security Council calls for an extended humanitarian pause, but not of a ceasefire. And we've been joined by Naveed Aman Khan. He's a senior analyst in the studios. Naveed Sahab, thank you very much to have joined us. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Tell us a little bit about the situation in Israel. Where do you think it is going to lead? What is, in your point of view, the end game of Israel?
In fact, the Israel-Palestine situation is now worsening as passing of every moment. For the last 42 days, the barbarism of Israel is continuing in Palestine. They are attacking mercilessly without any interval. Day and night, everywhere in Palestine, we are watching that Israel is bombing with devastating ammunition. And not only in Gaza, but also in the West Bank as well. So none of the Palestinian corner is now safe from the barbarism of Israel. They have now entered in Palestine. The tanks of the Israeli forces have entered in, it is reported that have entered in the hospitals of Palestine as well. It is, unbearable for the humankind or the international community to bear it any longer. The international community should come out and stop Israel for such level of barbarism.
The international community has been highlighting this, but maybe it's not translating all what it is saying into some form of action. I'd like to refer to what the United Nations World Food Programme says. It has warned that the Gaza Strip faces a massive food gap and widespread hunger. The situation is severe, but will there be some kind of respite as far as access to food and water is concerned?
The access of food is very important for the Palestinians. They should have been given that access for those who are, desperately in need of medical support or treatment or the food for the children or everybody. The scarcity is, they are facing the scarcity of the food items in that particular Gaza region. America is playing, double game. On one side, America says that the barbarism should be stopped or the attack should not be of that intensity. On the other side, America is providing weapons to Israel and patting the shoulders of Israel, asking for more attacks on Palestine. On one hand, American foreign minister is visiting in the entire region in the name of reconciliation or for the negotiations, but on the other side he is taking time or giving time to Israel to continue attacks on Palestine. So this role is creating problem and is making the Israel-Palestine crisis more complex. This attitude will have to be changed unless America intervenes or seriously asks Israel to stop. Enough is enough. I believe that Israel, the moment America seriously pressurizes Israel, Israel will stop attacking Palestine any longer.
There's also a communication blackout, Naveed Saab, and as per the statement of the head of the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees, this communication blackout is going to have a severe impact on civil order. Do you see this communication block continuing? Do you feel that this blackout will continue for, of course, a deliberate reason, that is they don't want the reality of what is happening to come out, but we see the social media videos that are coming out and the statements that are coming out on a very, very regular basis of what the actual reality of things are. Do you feel that despite communication blackouts by Israel in Palestine, the reality, the truth is coming out?
Definitely. You cannot stop reality to come out. Reality comes out and everybody, like a daylight, everybody comes to know what is happening in Palestine. As far as the commodities of life are concerned, everything is very important for Palestine as is important for Israel or any human being living in the entire world. Food is important, or medical aid is important, or communication means are important for every person. Now it has become necessity of every person. So if Israel is now going to cut or to disconnect the Palestinians from the communication means, it will never work longer, and the moment the Palestinians find that opportunity to inform the entire world about what is happening in Palestine, the reports comes out, and the people are, they are surprised on the behavior of Israel and the behavior of his master. So the master and Israel both are the culprits, the main culprits. So unless the Muslim world, the Arab world, generate pressure or enhance pressure on both Israel and America, I don't think it will stop. It needs to be stopped because 42 days have gone and we don't find any clue of halting Israel attacking on Palestine. So one need to come out, like the international powers, China or Russia or Britain or America and Saudi Arabia is trying its best.
They've had an extraordinary meeting of the OIC as well on this.
They are trying their best. But the more the Muslim world come out for the peaceful solution of this issue, it will be better.
Ceasefire is also a very important point that has not only not been highlighted in the United Nations Security Council resolution, but is still not being pointed towards by either Israel or other Western states. There is another thing, the latest being the Al-Shifa hospital. Now there are conflicting claims as far as the Al-Shifa hospital is concerned. The West says, Israel says that this is a center of, this is a command center of Hamas. Hamas says there is nothing whatsoever. They also talked about tunnels being underneath the Al-Shifa hospital, something that has not been proven to date. The White House also talked about the command centers, but there is no proof that has been given by them. Who should we believe? Which information is accurate?
In fact, Israel and America both are lying. What report has come out from the Muslim world or from Palestine, that is correct. Those hospitals are for the treatment, and the patients are, they are not finding even the medicines or the treatment or the operations or any care in the hospitals. Rather to say that the Hamas infrastructure is over there, or Hamas militants are over there, it is totally wrong. This perception is totally wrong. So this is just to misguide or mislead the entire world. And Israel has completely failed on this sort of myth. The hospitals, they have searched out and nothing has come out of those hospitals regarding Hamas activities in the hospitals.
All right, speaking of that, why is there an issue with evacuating the people from the Al-Shifa hospital? The United Nations talks about that. It says there are factors that are limiting the evacuation of people from the Al-Shifa hospital. Why is that? Why on a humanitarian level can't the people be evacuated?
The attitude of the Western world is surprising. Sometimes they take care of even the birds, the dogs, the cats, the animals. And in such situations, they even don't take care of the human beings, or they don't take care of the patients, or the ladies, the innocent children, or the newly born children even. I mean, this is quite surprising attitude of the West and the American society. If we talk about the society, we need to talk about the rulers of those countries. If they take care of the creatures on earth, they need to take care of the human being first. The human beings are being butchered in Palestine, in the hospitals, even in the schools, in their homes. If they want to escape, they are fired or they are bombed while they are escaping, or they are running for their lives. So this barbarism is exposing the Western and the American leadership as well.
Oh, Naveed Saab, I'd like to refer to what findings have been seen or reported or observed by the Israeli side. They say, and I will quote Yoav Gallant, who is the Israeli defense minister, there are significant findings. We are working with precision and determination. We have uncovered a Hamas tunnel shaft and a vehicle with weapons at the Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital complex. And he says, I quote, he has announced a next stage of the offensive in Gaza during a situational assessment yesterday. What is going to be the next stage? Already they have destroyed a huge part of Gaza. People are forced to relocate themselves. 200,000 people have already left Gaza. Women and children have died, 11,500 casualties as we speak. The hospitals are destroyed, so are the educational institutions. What is the next step?
I mean, if the war is not stopped, if nobody comes in front to ceasefire, it will not stop. It will continue, and the whole of the Palestine or Gaza will turn into debris. I mean, thousands of the buildings are now grounded. Those who are already in the debris of those buildings, and there is no infrastructure or no machines are available, or there is no mechanism to just bring out those who has died in that debris. So the international community, or when I talk about the international community, it means the Western world, the rulers of the Western countries. They will have to just come out. I mean, it is enough now. The Palestinians are helpless. They're not, sinful. I mean, they are just looking for. They are at the mercy of the world. So we need to extend our fullest of support to them and to halt the bombardment
I mean, the United Nations Security Council has passed a resolution for extended humanitarian pauses, but this is no ceasefire.
I mean, the resolution is not the solution. In fact, the seriousness is the matter, and the seriousness of I would once again mention that American seriousness will matter. Because America has sent 2 aircraft carriers in the waters around, very close to Iran, just to horrify Iran that if you decided to extend any sort of political or diplomatic support to Hamas, will have our direction to Iran. So that is not the way to stop this war.
Okay.
The way is to just come out and sit with the Israeli authorities, sit with the Palestinian authorities, negotiate and find the way out. We will have to find the way out. I mean, if the war continues for months and months, ultimately
the ultimate solution is talks, and the ultimate solution is the application of the two-state solution. Yes, the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees says there will be no aid deliveries into Gaza from the Rafah crossing from Friday because of a lack of fuel. How can you then help the people if you can even now not deliver aid to those who are in need of water or food or supplies?
They are waiting for water, milk, The children are, helpless, and they're waiting for food. The medicines, the treatment, the paramedical staff, everything is now needed in Gaza, and even in West Bank as well, because they are also being affected, and they are also being bombarded in West Bank. So corridors will have to be opened. Those ways which are connected with Egypt, Jordan, and even to Lebanon. We'll have to open those corridors just to provide that support to the Palestinians, and just to give way to all those who want to get refuge in those neighboring countries. Because it will be again barbarism on the Muslim countries' side as well, if on the front Israel is attacking, and on the back you are not opening that corridor for their flee. For their lives, they can go elsewhere. They are forced to be killed. It is not the way. At least those countries who are bordering the Palestine, they need to open those borders just to give them life. The life is very important for every person. If Pakistan has given that access to Afghanistan in past, and millions of the Afghans have come to Pakistan to save their lives, Pakistan has shown that wonderful gesture to the Afghan refugees. So same attitude should be shown or given by the neighboring countries of Palestine as well, for the life of and security of those Palestinians as well.
The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights says that the killing of civilians in Gaza cannot be dismissed as collateral damage, and he has also called for a ceasefire based on humanitarian and human rights damage cause. Do you feel that when he talks of collateral damage, he is right?
It is not. The thing is this: Palestine is not damaging Israel now. Palestine is being damaged. So it is one way now. At the start,
and now there is disease, there is hunger, there are so many other things that are coming. People are dying of starvation.
They are dying with bombs. They are dying with diseases. They are dying with food because of the scarcity of food. They are dying because of everything. So, this is one way. This is not, collateral. This is not damaging Israel at all. This is damaging Palestine. Israel and Palestine have common border, but on one side of the border is prosperity. Everything is there. Food is there. Happiness is there. The life is there. Care is there. Everything is there. On the other side, the millions of Palestinians are dying for food, for treatment, for safe life, and they are in trauma. The bombardment is now making them, psychological.
Of course, there are going to be psychological implications for the women and the children specifically. Do you feel that what Israel is doing is also having implications, political implications within Israel as well? We've seen a lot of people from the Jewish faith stand up side by side with their Muslim and Christian brethren in the big protest, huge hundreds of thousands of people who protested in different countries in the West.
Yes.
Now, Israel's opposition leader Yair Lapid has repeated his call for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to resign. He says we cannot run an extended military operation with the Prime Minister we do not have faith in. Will that happen? Will that change happen?
Definitely, it is a very important move. The move within Israel is the most important move as compared to the move of the entire world, because within Israel, the Israeli society has retaliated, and they have shown their concern against Netanyahu, and they have protested. They launched serious protest against Netanyahu, and Netanyahu is now suffering and facing a double-edged, number one, because of that situation which occurred on 7th of October. Number two, the Israeli nation, they are blaming Netanyahu, that Netanyahu is now butchering humanity. So they don't want the humanity be butchered along, their border. So those Israelis, those Jews are not, all of those are not cruel. They are not brutal. They are human beings. The brutality is only in the politicians and the rulers.
All right.
So that society is now pressurizing Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, and Netanyahu will feel that heat. The more